Alright boys, what is good? So today I'm going to be showing you exactly how I analyze trend at the market every day. Weirdly enough, this is one of my biggest strengths in my technical analysis because even if a trade of mine happens to lose, my directional bias is still correct almost every single time. And it's basically working purely based on logic and actual market sentiment. So to start off, let's talk about top-down analysis. This will work for any time frame, but I'm going to be showing examples on the 5 minutes since I think it's the most commonly traded time frame. So when trading the 5-minute time frame, most people's first thought when coming to the market is to get their directional bias by going to each time frame and breaking down trend on each one, usually starting with the daily and finally dropping down to your entry time frame, the 5 minute. But let's actually think logically. If we took this trade right here, this is a 1 to 10 RR trade, so this is a massive trade. If we go into the daily time frame, where did this actually bring us to? Well, you can see this would be the top of the trade and this is the bottom of the trade. We are simply half of a lower wick on a daily time frame candle. We literally opened here and closed up here. So this entire trade had zero effect on the daily trend. This could just be gathering orders from the downside to get more momentum going up, or it could just simply be lower time frame movement. I mean, pretty much every daily candle has both a top and bottom wick. But let's move down to the 4 hour. This time it would be a whole candle. So this had an effect on the market, right? But does one candle have an effect on the overall trend, even if we are just on the 4 hour time frame? No. I mean, even when we're in such a bullish trend like this, we have bearish candles all the time. We can see almost as many bearish candles as bullish candles. Even when we drop down to the 1 hour or the 30 minute, boom, this is literally just 2 candles. This happens in the market every single day. That is literally just a tiny retracement. And these people trading the 4 hour aren't concerned about one candle. They're holding for long periods of time. So they could not care less about this one single candle. They're not just going to dump a load of buy orders as soon as they see a bearish candle because they want it to stay bullish the entire time. They are professionals and they know that price comes with retracement no matter what kind of market you're in. So am I saying that trend doesn't matter? No, absolutely not. But 95% of unprofitable traders are completely overcomplicating everything and looking at all the wrong things. So here we are on the 5 minute with zero influence from the higher time frames. I do not know anything that's gone on in those higher time frames simply because it does not matter. If our trade is an hour long, even 5 hours long, I don't care. It's not going to have any effect at all on those time frames. So we're just going to look at the 5 minute. And this is all I'm really looking at to determine my trend. Short term, 5 minute trend. Now that doesn't really help, so now I'm going to explain exactly how I determine that. Once again, this goes for all time frames. I analyze it in basically the exact same way. So we're looking at the most simple things in trend analysis. Higher highs and lower lows, breaks of structure just in general, key structure levels, and gaps in the market. All 4 of these things are extremely simple to understand when broken down, but first of all, which part of the market are we even analyzing? Well, it's really just very recent price action. In this chart right here that you can see, where is the most recent area where price started a very clear trend? Because in my mind, it's right here. We have enough price action to see loads of breaks of structure. If we move this box real quick, you can see break of low, break of low, break of low, break of low, break of low. Every single low is being broken with ease, okay? And we are failing at every single high. We are struggling to break every single high. So this is the most clear recent trend. Once again, maybe we are overall in a higher time frame, very bullish trend, but does that mean you're just going to miss out on all the moves you could catch in all of these areas? I mean, let's go on to the 1 hour real quick and we can see we're in a massive bullish trend right here. But does that mean you're going to completely ignore all of these areas where we can catch trades? Literally every one of these retracements on the 1 hour will look like massive bearish trends on the 5 minute time frame. So why the hell do we care to look at this time frame to determine our 5 minute trend? Because if you're really basing it off this, then why would you ever take a sell? And in that case, you're missing out on like 50% of your positions. I mean, we're in a very clear bullish trend here. And if I just stop at a random point, we'll be able to see where we could have easily caught a sell. Right here, we have a very clear bearish trend. We fail at these highs and then we start making lower lows this entire way down. We can easily catch a trade in that time. So just because we're in a higher time frame bullish trend doesn't mean that bearish trends don't happen, because this is a 3.6 thousand pip move. We can catch a trade in there. We can catch many trades in there. It's literally just the 5 minute short-term trend that's making those moves on the 1 hour. Also, I've already taught this in ridiculous detail in the coaching calls and backtest charts in the VIP group. I teach my own strategy and analysis, and it's still a pretty small group, so I'm answering everyone's questions personally in there. So if you want to start seeing results like my other students, then I'd highly recommend checking out the first link in the description, and I'll be there to answer all your questions in the calls or just in the chats. this. Now, with breaks of structure being our main way to determine our trend, what's equally important is failures of breaks of structure. This tells us a lot about overall market sentiment when we see things like double bottoms, double tops, and just failures to break lows, especially when it's before we start breaking highs consistently and failing at lows. So right here we have another example where we're overall very bearish. Anybody doing top-down analysis would definitely be looking for sells only during this market, but we have an advantage because we know about how strong breaks of structure and failures of break of structures are. So in this example where we suddenly switch from having a bunch of bearish market structure to all of a sudden having a bunch of bullish market structure, the most important part of this was none of the breaks of structure coming up here, but it was the first thing that happened. This failure to break the low tells us so much about this setup or the overall market sentiment. As soon as we've come up, failed to break this low and then broken a high, we're very likely going to be entering a short-term bullish trend long enough for us to take a position. Now, this isn't quite enough confirmation for me, which is why we mix it with some breaks of structure. As soon as we've seen this is easily enough for me to want to take a position. We've just seen so many bullish breaks of structure. For me, I just trade a supply and demand strategy. So I just take my position once we've entered this zone, and this was a very nice trade. You can see the exact same situation on this short position right here. We're overall in a very bullish trend, and suddenly we have a very confident failure to break a high. This is very obvious when it does this and then breaks a low and then continuously after that starts breaking lows consistently. We are failing at every high and we are breaking every low. This is just textbook bearish market structure. So despite us being in a long-term bullish trend, we can easily catch a position before it then continues up. And you can see how easily you can switch from bearish biases to bullish biases. We have a very clear almost double top right here, followed by a bunch of breaks of structure to the downside and failing to break highs, and then we come down, we take our short position, we reach an area to the lows, which I'll talk about in a moment, and then we start seeing bullish breaks of structure and failures at each low area every single time. This is the same thing in every market, breaking every high with confidence, and we can take our buy position and then maybe trend will switch again. But seeing these initial almost double tops or double bottoms before it starts making your short-term trend is honestly a really good sign. Sometimes you won't see it. For example, when we started, trending back over here, we actually did not really create one of those. We just kind of, messed around a lot at the bottom. But once you start seeing loads of breaks of structure to the upside, that's, your confirmation really. But this setup does have something else that makes me really confident, which is a structure level, which I also wanted to talk about as one of my big four. Key structure levels are a massively important factor towards where I think trend is going to go. So this can go a little bit past your really short-term trend. So in this case, this is our short-term, bearish trend, or before the trade, this is our short-term bearish trend. If we go into this setup, then this is our short-term bullish trend. And for this one, like I mentioned, this is our short-term bearish trend. It's very obvious to spot these on each one once you, get a good grip of it, but you will have to be able to spot the limitations of where you can take these trades or where you may not want to take those trades, because you do have to think that these trends are short term. Even if we are with the higher time frame trend, these are still going to be short term before we make these small retracements, because these happen all the time. So in order to be able to spot the limitations of where these usually go to, or where price will often switch trend, we have to be aware of key structure levels. So all key structure levels really are is when we're making normal price action, price leaves behind kind of areas of demand. These are areas where it's a great price for investors to get in at. So if they move down here, then there's a good chance they'll start moving bullish again. Whether it reacts from this one or this one or this one, these are all structure levels that we have to be careful of. And with each time we reach one of these, not only is it reaching a great price for investors, each one of these is just a great retracement where investors are getting a massively better price, but also the more that we're moving down here, the more that price needs to retrace again towards the upside, especially if you are able to look back literally just on the 5 minute, not on the higher time frames. But if you look back and you see we're overall in a bullish trend and you're taking a sell position, then chances are price isn't going to break past all these lows every time. And as a good example of that, I didn't even mean to use this as an example, but this right here is a perfect structure level. This is right at the bottom of this overall swing where we're, these are all kind of swings right here. Once again, we've reached the bottom of this area and then we move up. And then like the next area that we moved down to is the bottom of this area. And then that's where we started moving bullish from. I mean, if we come back to the original setup that we were at, you can immediately see us reacting from kind of the overall lows of this area right here. Down here, you can see there was a small retracement or just like built up orders here. And this is where we react from. You can even see it in these smaller pieces of structure here, where we are reaching the bottom of the area and then moving up. This is the bottom of this area, just mark out the black candle before it. And I mean, I'm pretty sure, yeah, once again, just a massive structure level that we react from. So this is kind of where you want to be taking these trades to, or just making you want to avoid trades. For example, if we now had a setup right here and we're really interested in this, and we saw price coming up to the zone, and this is what we're looking like. So we can just go into replay mode right here. Imagine this is what we're looking like. I wouldn't be interested in this because we're reacting so perfectly from a structure level. And this like has saved me from so many losses. Just knowing basic market structure and how it reacts from the bottom of areas before like continuing to move, even if it's just minor pieces of structure, that is literally just how price moves. Which brings me to my fourth and final thing that I mentioned in the start, which is gaps in the market. This is what is like much safer to be trading towards than anything else. So either if you're in a massive bullish trend where there's no structure to the left, like if there's literally no structure to the left, you are just trading into nothing, then you are safe to pretty much take trades wherever you want, okay? But the other thing that's pretty much the exact same as that is trading into just massive gaps. Like right here, until we reach the bottom of this structure level, this is just clear space. We can trade into this until our hearts are content. I don't know. But seeing these gaps make you so much more confident in your trades because we're not going to react from anything over here, most likely. We have no reason to react from any levels in this area. And you'll probably see that with every example I've showed today. Once again, in this short-term bearish trend, where are we reacting from? Absolutely nothing. When we come up to our zone, we are reacting from straight bullish candles. This is just clear space. There's no reason for us to react like bullish from this area. Now if we reach down here to, you know, this bullish candle and then came up to our zone, I'll be much more hesitant. Or even further, I would be very hesitant and probably just completely avoid a trade if it came up from this structure level, because this is the lowest price. This is the most clear area where price would likely move bullish from if it's going to. Same thing again for the other example I showed. There is so much price action coming from the left here, but guess what? Where we are coming from in this example is nothing. This entire area up here is just clear space. We can trade into this all we want because there is no reason for price to react from any of this area right here. There's no structure levels, there's no demand or supply, there's no anything. We are just likely going to correct this gap, and you can see we reacted like not at all from this entire area. Once again, if we were reacting directly from this and then came down to a zone, so you can actually see it did get a bit of a reaction. Let's say we had a zone right here. If price came down to this, I'm not going to take it because we are reacting perfectly from these highs. But we did then continue up straight after that and start making bullish market structure. And I'm kind of interested to see where the sell position is, because right here, this is a bullish trend right here. And I'm sure we can just switch to a bearish short-term trend very quickly. It's not my favorite setup in the world, but look, you can catch a trade perfectly in that time. Suddenly we start, well, we fail at this high first of all, then we come down, move down really nicely, only breaking lows, failing at every single high until we eventually come up to our zone, quickly win, and then where do we react from before we start getting a crazy reaction? Well, react from the bottom of this area. This is the structure level that I'm talking about. Literally, when I mark it out, this is where I'm going to like mark everything. And this is the most clear structure level when we come down. And if we react from this before coming up to a supply zone, I'm not going to take it. So if this supply was, for example, up here and we're currently reacting from the supply after reaching this overall area, I'm not going to take it anymore because we've shown that we're reacting from an overall structure level and I'm just no longer confident in trend. Anyway, I hope I didn't yap too much this video. I didn't really have any plan for the last half. I was just going to talk about exactly how I'm thinking when I'm looking at the markets. But I hope you did get some value out of this. Like, subscribe if you did, comment something if you want. It's always appreciated. And if you want to join the VIP, then that is in the link below. We talk about all this stuff very in depth, of course, and you can answer, sorry, you can ask any questions you want. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.